Hey guys, welcome to the podcast. We have a very special guest today. It's the new host of Inside Gaming.
Who could that be?
No, don't tell him because we unveil it, remember?
That's what I was asking. Who could that be?
Okay, good. Anyways, today's episode is brought to you by Loot Crate. For less than $20 a month, Loot Crate gives the geek in you a special treat every month. You get a box of 6 to 8 items of gamer and pop culture licensed gear, apparel, collectibles, and unique one-of-a-kind items, and more!
Swords and sorcery, myths and magic, dragons and things that aren't dragons. This month's Loot Crate is all about fantasy, baby. Loot Crate's giving you some epic items from franchises like Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, The Princess Bride,
all my
and
favorites.
Now you have until the 19th at 9 p.m. Pacific to subscribe and receive that month's crate. When the cutoff happens, well, that's it. You're not gonna get that crate.
So go to lootcrate.com/ETC and enter code ETC. It's that simple. And just that'll give you $3 off your subscription.
$3.
That's it.
Buy a... I don't know what you can buy
pack of
with
gum.
that. Yeah.
Soda pop.
How much could a banana cost?
And then put it in the box and open it up and act surprised. Oh, they gave me soda too.
All right, let's get on the show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Ask Us Anything podcast.
Right now, the question we're asking ourselves is...
Who are the new hosts over there of Inside Gaming?
Yeah, looks like one has a big head, one has a little head. Who could it be?
Oh, it's only one host.
Hi.
And it's only Matt Danovic.
And now his hair's messed up.
That's all right.
But if you've been paying attention for the
At
last
all.
couple days, you
Yeah.
would know that already. If not, we're sorry. This is how you find out.
We're sorry you had to find out this way. Wow.
So, Matt, you've been secretly hiding out in this building for the last couple weeks.
I
I'd
know.
say.
I literally have been skulking around
Yeah.
here, trying not to laugh too loud during
And-
the
yeah.
ETC shoot.
There's been a
And
few
trying
close
not to
calls.
like walk in the background of any kind of like social media postings or anything like that. And it's been hard to not like tweet you and be like, hey, can you walk over to my office really quick?
How would I do that?
I guess if they'd let me in the building.
From the unemployment office, that's like 3 miles.
Yeah.
Actually, that dried up a long time ago.
Oh. Okay.
But yeah.
Well, we do have some questions for you.
boy.
Actually, it was very interesting because when we asked these questions, we obviously didn't say who you were.
Yeah.
And just said, hey, do you have questions for the new host of Inside Gaming? And we were very nervous in the beginning of them the company trying to go, we're gonna redo it.
Yep.
Like, well, you'd have to do it in such a way that is so perfect that it doesn't get hated on immediately.
Well, that's impossible.
Yeah, no, that is impossible.
But I think that we got the best option here that was available.
Well,
Matt Danovic.
He's not even the new host of Inside
Yeah,
Gaming.
you're the old
He's
host.
the old host of Inside Gaming.
True. Old
Yeah.
in both that I was on Inside Gaming a long time ago and that I'm old.
Yeah.
And one of the first employees of this company.
It's true. I think there's only one person here now that had been at Machinima longer.
Micah
than
Brook?
Micah's been here longer than I have.
So, yes,
yeah.
we went out blind
Yeah.
and got some questions for the new host.
That were surprisingly not as death threaty as I thought they were going to be.
There was one that said, are you ready to kill yourself? But I don't think we added that in there.
Wow.
I don't put
You
that
can go
in
ahead and
there.
answer that.
No.
Okay, good.
Because I do a bunch of nitrous oxide.
Oh, great.
Suffocate that way. Kids, if you want to kill yourself and have a really great time, just don't do that.
Elliot, read the first question.
Okay, anyway.
Okay, please dig in.
So, first question comes from @Ricky for the win.
Oh, that guy.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
That's an interesting question. I mean, it really kind of like speaks to the nature of like who are like is there a purpose? What am I doing here?
I think what Ricky for the win, whoever this guy is,
Yeah.
Jerk on the internet.
he's asking the question, what gives you
the right to take this over.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
I mean, yeah. Well, on like a more serious Inside Gaming thing, like really, I didn't see like I'm like, oh, Funhouse guys are gone. Now I'm gonna like run in. Oh, finally, I'm gonna come back to the place that laid me off. Yay!
Yay!
Like actually, Phil approached me afterwards because we were when the original Inside Gaming guys like crew left, they had like a thing at a local bar, and so I showed up to that because it was actually close to where I was working at the time, and like
Which was?
Maker Polaris.
There you go.
Doing that kind of stuff, and I was talking to Phil, and he was asking me about like how I was liking it, and I was like, it's all right. I'm not exactly doing everything that I super am stoked about, and so Phil actually reached out to me. and was like, "Hey, would you?"
How
be
much time had
interested in
passed
doing
between that and when Phil finally reached out to you?
this?" Maybe like a week and a half.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, it
Pretty
took.
quick?
I mean, yeah, pretty quick. I mean,
Just to put a
it's
bug in your ear, or
just
to
yeah.
actually-
I mean, I didn't agree to any. Like, it was definitely a long courtship. I played hard to get.
Yeah.
You know why?
Nice.
Why milk a cow when you can buy its teats for free?
Exactly. That's about fucking.
But I mean, like, you know, one of the first things I did is I talked to Adam about it. Like, I was kind of like, "Hey, how would you feel about this?" And he's like, "Well, let me ask the guys." And he did, and they were okay with it. And so then, like, it was only after then did I start actually talking to like more people around here about it, what it would be like. What we would actually be doing, all that kind of stuff.
Cool. Well, let's get into a question that's not about you.
Okay. Not interested.
How's a Wool asks if you could pick anyone in acting history to play Batman, who would you pick? His is Orson Welles, and then this face.
Really?
Orson Welles.
Orson Welles.
He'd show up and just quip at the
Orson
the
Welles
villains.
XD.
Yeah. Well, I mean, thinking about, do you remember we were talking about Animaniacs earlier?
Yeah.
Remember then they did that they had the Orson Welles guy.
Yeah.
And he was doing the commercial for the peas. And he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, for the something spots, it's for all your delicious green penis."
I don't
Like,
remember
holy crap. Animaniacs.
That was in
is hard-
Animaniacs?
Yeah, that was Animaniacs.
Wow.
Yeah.
I need to look that
It
up.
was super,
Yeah.
or it might not have been Animaniacs.
That might have been you.
It was a good show.
I think for my choice,
Joe.
I'm going to go with current age Clint Eastwood for my favorite.
That would be
Batman.
interesting. It would be very difficult to
Just
believe
racist
that
old
that could-
Batman.
He's just you just take the movie Gran Torino and you just draw Batman
Batman on it.
animate
Yeah.
Batman over.
I don't have time to put this fucking suit on.
Hey, get some of your spick friends over here to weld this shit onto me.
There was like a lot of fans.
I've got
wanted
his
that.
enemy is actually like his name's Zipperhead. I'm gonna fight Zipperhead.
So it's
God.
classic. It's classic Batman.
Wow.
Yeah,
People were actually petitioning to have like a old man Batman movie with Clint Eastwood a few years back.
Really?
But
Yeah.
Ben Affleck's supposed to be old man Batman.
He is kind of old man.
Yeah.
Batman. The Dark Knight.
Yeah,
The Dark
Gotham.
Knight, wicked smart.
I got him.
yeah.
I threw that battering. Wicked fire.
All right, stop with the
Okay,
Boston
God.
stuff.
Batman, anyone? Fuck, that's, I mean, you got anything? 'Cause I'm coming up with nothing right now.
Or actress.
Or actress. I'm not gonna. I will go with the bucking convention. I'll do Tony Jaa.
Okay.
That would be cool.
That would be cool because no.
Clint Eastwood would not be happy about that.
he would, that would actually be the twist to the
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood one. He's like, "Oh,
I've been
he's
replaced."
Asian."
I was wrong about them.
They outsourced.
They're good
Batman.
fighters. And they cook pretty good food.
I respect
That was the turning point in Gran Torino, was when they fed him.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, you know what,
Started
Asian
giving
food's
him
fucking
gifts.
great. I changed my whole opinion about this entire race of people. Food is good.
Yeah. All right, Tony Jaa, Clint Eastwood. What do you say, Elliot?
Someone like old-timey, like back in the day, if, you know, like Sean Connery had played.
Well, it's not like James Bond.
Well, he can't really make a American accent, though.
Yeah.
You're gonna go George Lazenby then. Staying with the
Yeah,
Bond.
well, he's Australian.
Billy Zane.
He played the Phantom.
Oh.
He did.
Yeah, that movie was not as bad as it looked, but still pretty bad. When Alec Baldwin was young and not fat, I did used to think he would have made a good Batman.
He'd still make a good Batman.
He was
He'd
in
be
The
old
Shadow,
Batman.
and he was
He
like a
makes
good
a better
superhero.
Bruce Wayne than a Batman.
Sure.
Always wearing a tux.
Yeah.
Like I picked a good Batman. I think
Yeah.
you picked a good Bruce Wayne.
Well, I mean,
what if
it could
what
be
if-
both.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What if when he puts on the mask, he like really becomes the Dark Knight?
There you
Well, in the movie The Shadow, which is another bad superhero movie that's not quite as bad as it looks.
Yeah.
Alec Baldwin, when he changes into the Shadow, his face changes
Yeah, he gets
to
like
match
a
the
long
profile
nose.
of the original Shadow character from the comics. So like Alec Baldwin's nose isn't long enough, so we need to make him changed.
I think that movie is subtly racist too. 'Cause
Probably.
especially against
directed by
Asian
Clint Eastwood.
people. Well, there you go.
It was not directed by this.
All right, let's go to the next one.
Jake Tron 20 asked like 50 questions, but here's 2 of them. What is your experience with video games, and what did you do before this?
Oh goodness. Well, I mean, fine. I'll do my, I guess, like video game history. Funny enough, a long time ago, even before like YouTube, like literally before YouTube, before it even existed, I worked at game trailers.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was interning at this motion graphics company that actually happened to be partnered with game trailers. And so when E3 came around, I think it was like 2005, they're like, we need help editing. And I was like, oh, I like games. I could do that. I kind of would get in trouble for it because like we also had to make all the thumbnails and stuff, and I would always do like the horrible freeze frames of like the just like
The worst ones?
worst, and they're like, we want people to actually like these. And I was like, oh, okay. It was because the host at the time was kind of.
Well, that's when games journalism was something to be taken seriously.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, shit. This
You were
was,
back when everyone was writing for Nintendo Power.
exactly
And GameSpot.
and GameSpot and all those things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I was doing that.
I need 30 pages on the new Mario game.
30 pages. That's a strategy.
Norman Mailer wrote a really great meditation on the Mega Man.
Just got to stay up all night, pop some of these poppers, and
Yeah.
write 100 pages about Metal Gear.
The good old days is what I call
The
it.
roaring 90s.
The roaring 90s. It was not the roaring aughts.
Yes, okay.
As we call them.
You won't believe that this is actually video game graphics and not real life.
But then like before that, and then after that, I did some I worked at some ad agencies, which was horrible. And
Is it like Mad Men?
It's so much like Mad Men. Yeah, I was drinking. It drove me to drink a lot.
Yeah.
I was smoking a lot of weed back then too.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
That's where you got all your
yeah.
creativity, right?
Yeah, exactly. No, I literally saw culture being devoured by the corporate machine. Like I was significantly less cynical than like entering into that than I am.
Wow.
They
put you through the meat grinder.
Oh yeah, no, it was like I'm like, oh, it's
all
it's
of
the worst.
I think, well, maybe not just LA, but life in general, kind of
Yeah.
like. You get really cynical the older you get.
This was like I was really seeing how the sausage was made
Yeah.
and the thing. But fortunately after that, I actually just I ended up working at Machinima back in
Now, how did
early
that work
2008.
back then? Like, how would you have found that job when it was like 9 guys or something?
It was
like that?
less than 9 guys. It was 6 dudes, or 5 actually.
5 guys? They
5 guys.
They
5
couldn't name it
guys.
that.
They couldn't.
Another
name it.
company
It
already
wasn't
had
out
it.
there. It
Yeah.
wasn't out there. Fortunately, they were working on this Machinima thing.
Yeah.
I actually, it was like a job posting.
Wow.
Literally. And actually, at that point, I was taking over as an editor because Adam Kovic was leaving
to go to G4.
No, not G4. He'd worked at G4 before, and that's how he got the Machinima job. It actually was to work on a house music documentary.
What?
Yeah. It seemed like he's like, this video game stuff's going nowhere, man. House music's the future. No, actually,
it was the future. It's the now.
It's true. It's yeah.
He had
it's
his
the
head on straight.
dubstep of the past.
Yeah.
Actually, at that time, since Machinima was so super rinky-dink, it was kind of tough to get resources like a computer or a thing
like
with
that
which
now.
to edit. Yeah, it was
History
more so
repeats
that
itself.
I oftentimes would have to remind one of the dudes in charge, be like, "Hey, it's payday," and he'd give me like
when I
he'd
first
give
started
me
here-
shit for that. I was like, dude, I need to live on money. I can't just all the fucking baked goods you bring in the morning aren't enough.
I gave you bagels.
When I first started, I
yeah.
had to chase down the HR lady and be like, hey, it's the 5th. And I was like employee 60.
Yeah.
But I wasn't I was contracted, so
Yeah.
it was a little bit harder to chase down. But it's still like that here. Elliot was like, hey, can we get a table for podcasting? And we're like, nah, you'll find one. So we found this.
It's a good
It's doing okay.
Good job.
Yeah.
It's
Good job.
adequate.
It's rounded edges.
They were right, because you did find one.
Well, it's not the table I wanted, but
Oh.
it's the table we're using.
It'll work.
It'll work. The next general question is what do you think is the biggest problem in the universe?
That's from Komi Cozy. Kamikaze.
Kamikaze.
Well, that question is just a straight ripoff of
Maddox
and Dick Masterson's podcast,
Yeah.
The Biggest Problem in the Universe. But it's,
I mean, we can have an opinion on it, I guess.
Sure.
Let me think. What is my biggest problem in the universe today?
Man, you know what sucks? Politicians, man.
Yeah, and they're
the
big,
man.
they're fat cat suits.
Paul.
Jay-Z is the biggest problem in the universe.
Actually, that's a good point.
Jay-Z and the
Title is
Illuminati.
really stupid.
Title is really
Yeah, well, the whole thing with that is what annoys me about it specifically right now is because it's a bunch of really rich people just like, we have money, but people are giving other people their money, and they should be giving me their money.
Yeah.
And so they just created their own app to get people to do that.
In the video, I found this out from an Andy Richter tweet. He did a freeze frame. You know the part where like they all toast.
Yeah.
So Daft Punk was there, and they're toasting, but
How
they
do
have
they
these
drink?
exactly. Why do you got that? Like it's the height of the. They're just like, enchanté. Oh.
It's more of a
It's a ceremonial.
It's an idea.
ceremonial
Yeah.
thing, yeah.
Then they throw it on the ground, and
Yeah.
smash it. L'chaim.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
It
the
was
whole thing
probably
is
very
really
expensive
dumb.
It's
champagne
to the
as well.
marriage of our egos to music service.
So yeah, I hate people with lots of money trying to con other people out of their money.
Yeah, that's always bad.
It's a big problem.
I hate the talking about the California drought because there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
And it seems that nothing's going to be done
Awareness.
about it.
Awareness. We're making awareness.
There's nothing I can do. I
you aware?
already use
Are you
almost
aware?
no water.
That's true.
So it's just like, what's gonna happen? I can't control whether it rains or not.
Really?
And I like almonds. You can't take away my almonds.
I actually
Can't take away my avocados.
As much as avocados, I think use less, but those almonds.
Yeah.
Even like the funny thing about almond milk is it's like 99% water anyhow, so it's
Yeah.
like water on top of water. It's
I
like
would
the
just like to
Almond
point out
milk is
that,
dumb.
that Elliot's problem is not the drought. It's people talking about the drought.
well, it's because it's just like, hey, there's a drought. I'm like,
The drought's fine. I'm
Yeah.
sick of hearing about it.
I gotta know about the drought.
I know about it. I know about it when I go hiking and I'm supposed to get to a waterfall.
Yeah, I was
and there's
just talking about
nothing
that.
there.
Well, yeah, there's that.
I
That's
did a hike
annoying.
2 weeks ago to go to a waterfall and it didn't
yeah, you
exist.
should have known that.
No.
Come on, man.
But
Really?
I
like
do
I'm
my
driving
part. I
on-
yell at my girlfriend to get out of the fucking shower because she takes 20-minute showers.
Well, I see that's bad. I get in and out.
Me too.
I actually filled up.
Get wet, lather up, fucking get the fuck out of the shower.
Yeah, you gotta be like.
What are you doing
out
there?
I
The
don't
toilet's
know.
different. You're not wasting water just sitting there playing a game on your tablet.
Unless you have to. Unless you have to.
Actually, you're
courtesy
saving
flush.
water because you can't. I'm not sitting there flushing, but
Yeah.
every once in a while you get an urge to push something else out.
Yeah.
It's better than not flushing.
Doubling up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a game of Hearthstone in.
Hearth.
I say Hearth, damn it, and I'm
Which
not going
one
to change.
is it?
It's Hearth, I
It's
think.
Hearth.
I thought they made a big deal about it being Hearth.
No.
We'll let the
Nobody
viewers
really-
decide.
well,
I don't
everybody
care. It's like cards.
Cards. It is like cards. It's a very concise explanation.
What's your biggest problem ever?
Oh God, I don't even really know. People getting upset, like being professional umbrage takers, like it's just like people being upset. I
Culture
think
of
it's-
outrage.
Culture
Yeah.
like being upset just is like I don't get why people just like they feel like I need to be upset about something.
Well, it's not even that. It's like I'm upset, and the object of my
Anger is-
anger
I have to let
should
other
lose
people
their
know.
job and
Yeah,
be
oh,
just
yeah.
ostracized from society
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah, they have to let everyone know how upset they
Like
are.
when
Yeah.
fucking like I know we were talking about Trevor Noah, the next Daily Show host before this. It's like, yeah, I mean, not huge fans of comedy, but like people just attacked him
Well,
for
yeah.
like some dumb
I
tweets from a
think-
few years ago.
I think like a lot of people have problems like with someone else liking something that they and they can't allow that to happen.
not at all.
Believe me, people, there's a lot of shit that you love that I think is the dumbest fucking thing
Yeah,
in the world.
yeah.
But I spend minimal amount of time thinking about it. It takes up the tiniest speck of my consciousness.
But
Yeah.
people were like going through his entire Twitter history
Just
since
to find
2009
something. Oh, yeah, they're
to
gonna do
find
that.
things to be like, I don't know about this guy. He did this kind of dumb joke at like 3 in the morning in
it's like the type
2010
of-
about Asian people.
It's the type of thing
them
that
outta here.
when someone's a presidential candidate, they go and look through their history, but they're doing it for a host of a comedy show.
Yeah.
It's to the
He
highest.
has to be vetted.
The highest. He is the president of comedy.
It's true.
You don't want his finger on the button.
The comedy, the laugh button.
The laugh button.
He is a heartbeat away.
Hey, he is. The Russians will be beating us in comedy if we
Yeah.
do not accept the highest paragon of honor and dignity to host the fucking Daily Show.
And Jon Stewart would have probably had some bad tweets if Twitter was around
God.
in the 90s.
yeah.
Well, remember, God, there was a.
That's
whole
the
bunch
problem.
Of stuff
I think you've talked about this before. Is that 20 years from now, no one is going to be electable.
Yeah.
No one is going to be able to get a job.
It's like, oh, his sexts were only his top list. Like, if any balls or anus made it.
I would hope that it just loosens everyone up and lowers the bar in general, but I don't think that's
No,
what's
they're
going
going
to
to be
happen.
breeding like little perfect white
White
silver
guilt.
spoon kids in a lab.
It's like Gattaca.
Yeah,
It's like,
they're gonna have little pod
must be
children running
perfect.
around that like you can't have a phone, you can't do this. Just fucking put your face in a book and shut up because you're gonna be president.
Yeah,
You
you're
gotta
the
make such a good dad.
Your 5-year-old son calls his friend gay, and then you have to take him to like the National Gay Rights Center to have a photo opportunity with the gay president.
Then you gotta fuck him in the butt and go, there, now you're what you hate.
Maybe. I don't know about the future.
I'm confused.
The future's very, very strange.
So the problem you had was
Rich people conning other people out of their money.
yeah, and then just constantly hearing about the drought, and then
Not the drought. Not the drought.
Just thinking about the dress. And then my problem is with Elliot being obsessed about that.
Yeah, and me being upset about rich people.
I mean, I'm upset about the drought, but I'm more upset that people expect me to have any opinion on it because I have no control over the
To
situation.
further give a better example about my problem that makes more sense than just Jay-Z starting an app, it's like that preacher who was like, donate a bunch of money to me so I can
get
afford
a
a
plane.
private plane. Like,
yeah, it's bullshit.
doesn't make any sense.
Well, it's way worse with like
People that are brainwashed.
Well, yeah, like the TV evangelist people,
Taking
like
retired people's
yeah,
money.
that's just
and stuff like
shady as hell, and they are going to hell.
that.
All right, Matt Danovic.
Probably.
This is an easy one, yes or no, probably.
Yeah.
At Alex Tarina, are you going to be taking over the old office that Inside Gaming's old crew previously had? Cheers.
I don't know how familiar people are with the layout of this building.
Probably
but
not very much at all.
Not very much at all. This place isn't exactly built for
Anything?
anything
Nope.
really. It's actually kind of falling apart. So we don't. Yeah, I mean, This brick is.
There's an old piece
yeah.
of wood just sticking out.
Why
of
not? Let's put some bricks over the windows.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of trash art all over.
This is not a set. This is what this building is.
This is a corner of the office we're
Yeah.
filming in. Our choices are limited, and we're kind of still trying to think of what the hell.
What about
everything's
for
gonna look
for the IG Daily
You
or
can
whatever it's
expect.
gonna be?
It'll be in IG Daily. It's gonna be jumping around all over the place. Honestly, we're gonna be
A little
like,
walk and
just-
talk?
No,
Steadicam?
that's the
Yo,
one
what
I'm
up,
not
guys?
gonna-
It's Matty D. We're talking about I don't know what's game stuff.
Deus Ex.
Uncharted.
Yeah.
Uncharted.
4.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay.
He's back.
Angry Joe Gamer.
He's pissed about Nintendo.
Yeah.
Well, who isn't?
I don't know.
I'm not.
So all over the place, not
So-
just that office.
I mean, not just. We may end up setting up in there. Right now, the crew is super small.
It's you
myself
and one other guy.
and Phil's doing behind the scenes stuff. Though I may try to drag him to do some other things.
So yeah, no specific place, just jumping around.
I mean, yeah, we're building kind of what the hell.
'Cause that's a big
it is
room
we're
they
gonna
used
do.
to have.
It is. It's
They got,
actually
like,
a lot.
7
people in there.
I may do some instructionals on some striking drills.
It's gonna be the new play area. We're
Yeah.
gonna put some ball pits
Yeah.
in there.
Oh, ball pits.
$100 gets you an extra hour.
Yeah, in the ball pit. WonderCon, or was that not WonderCon?
Oh,
DashCon.
no,
DashCon.
DashCon,
Yeah.
yes.
Taking a break here to talk about a sponsor. We have DraftKings this week.
Yeah, baseball season's here, and the excitement continues all season long at DraftKings.com, the official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball. There's no season-long commitments, just instant cash and instant gratification, which is great. Why wait until the end of the season to claim victory when you can just win huge cash every day?
I don't know.
At DraftKings, it's like a brand new season every time you play.
Just select your players, stay under the salary cap, and you could be on your way to an enormous payday. Hundreds of thousands of fantasy sports fans just like you have already cashed in at DraftKings, and now it's your turn.
So hurry to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code INSIDE
yeah.
to play for free. You could win part of the $300 million in prizes being awarded this season. Just use promo code INSIDE. Again, that's INSIDE for free entry now at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com.
DraftKings.com!
Okay, let's go back.
Let's move on. This is one that we can all answer. What are your favorite video games? That comes from CWF Beaver. Maybe it means right now or in the past, but right now, all I've been playing is Heroes of the Storm. Best game 2015.
Hots. Yeah, everyone's playing that. I refuse to get into.
You don't want to play a MOBA. You refuse to learn.
They're little,
It's the
like,
easiest
fucking
one ever. There's no buying stuff.
cute little
There's no
characters and
earning
shit.
coins.
I just
No,
like,
not
choose your
buying. You
talents.
buying stuff, but not in
Yeah,
like
no,
the
equipment.
in-game shop where you're
Yeah.
buying potions.
There's
and-
something about MOBAs, like aesthetically, that I think will forever block me from having any interest whatsoever in them.
I think they look cool. I even like the way League of Legends looks great. It's just too complicated for me because I'm old. I played it for a while, but I just never got really good at it.
Yeah.
But all you've played in the past probably 2 years is Civ 5, right?
And
Beyond
Trials
Earth?
Frontier.
Oh yeah, he just got into I've been playing
It's
Trials
incredibly
Frontier.
frustrating. They make it so easy at first, and they're like,
That's how they get
now you gotta pay if you want to like be able to win.
No,
Like,
it's
fuck you.
you can do it without paying. You just have to wait a while.
Well, no, there's a few. Like, I've gotten to the point where I have to pass certain courses, and my bike is just literally not fast enough to make certain jumps.
You
I'm
have
like,
to.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, but you have to wait to get your fuel recharged, and then you just keep doing the same tracks over and over again to get the parts to build the bike.
Sounds like so much fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun game. I love the
I
game.
know everybody.
I
loves
will
Trials.
be probably buying a next-gen console soon, and hopefully trying to build or buy a PC soon.
Okay. We'll help you out with that.
Yeah. Oh, we're
Yeah,
getting
so-
laptops.
Oh, that's right.
you
Why
play
you
on-
got-
so
why
I
you
won't be
getting
building.
laptops?
None of your business.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. There's a lot of games I've wanted to play that I just haven't had the machinery to do so with.
To be
Hopefully
fair,
that'll
I was saying laptop. It's like laptops versus desktop.
No, well, it's because Asus is graciously giving us
That's their
Gracious Aces.
graciously giving us.
Oh, that's just
laptops.
gracious aces.
It's gracious.
Gracious Aces. No, they're giving me and Elliot some laptops
Oh,
to play around on and
nice.
kind of like do
Just
like
chill for them.
basically like a
Yeah.
tech review kind of thing.
Oh.
And yeah, it's gonna. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I haven't
Yeah.
had a laptop or a high performance PC in like 2
Yeah.
years. My PC, the laptop that they're sending me is more powerful than my desktop PC at home by like double or triple.
Okay.
New
Yeah.
things are nice. Yeah, I haven't had a laptop since college.
Yeah.
Which was almost 10 years ago.
What?
So-
I had a laptop like a year ago.
I-
I still have it. It just doesn't work good.
Oh, that's too bad.
What's your favorite game?
Favorite game. I'm playing HOTS right now too. You know, we got our little crew going.
Sergeant Hammer, right?
I've been. No, actually, I've been feeling Zagara more
Oh, yeah.
lately. But also, I have a pretty mean Sonya. And actually, today I was, because my daily had me do a support, so I was playing a bunch of Lily, which is the
Lily's
easiest
great. She's very
character.
Just Q.
Walk around in a Q. You don't even have to fucking aim it. You just hit
So if you want to play Heroes of the
Yeah.
Storm, just and everyone always needs a healer, so pick
Yeah.
Lily and just press
Just
Q.
do it.
Do you guys
Everyone
miss
loves
like how meaningless these sorts of words sounded to you before you started
No.
playing it?
Not really.
They're characters that you love from
Yeah.
the previous Blizzard games.
Exactly. And then when Overwatch comes out, there are going to be Overwatch characters in
Oh, yeah.
Heroes of the Storm.
Well, Overwatch, I'm actually very excited.
It's Overwatch.
That looks
There's
Have
new
you guys
characters.
played
No, I
it?
thought that
No.
was other Blizzard characters,
No,
wasn't it?
Overwatch
It's
is
new?
all new characters.
Cool.
I would have loved to have played it at PAX, but
We had
we
zero time.
had about literally 20 minutes on the floor. And
Well, we
like,
saw
"Oh,
you
there it is,
there.
there it is."
Yeah, we saw you and then left.
Yeah.
Back
What's
at your old job.
Yeah, back at my old job at the
PAX Factory.
On the couch.
booth on
At the
the
PAX Factory.
couch. The props to you guys though. Thank you very much for not doing the thing when like I'm busy talking to like someone and the camera
Eye line?
backs and then do the.
He's coming to work for us in 2 weeks.
That one too.
Yeah. Okay.
The question on everyone's mind at It's Just Murph asks, why can you drink a drink but not food a food?
And I said it's because you can eat eats.
No,
That's like a newfangled hipster sort of way of
drink.
talking
Drink
about food.
is still the correct English, like proper English.
Yeah.
But eats is rustic.
Yeah.
You can't eat
Good eats.
You can't eat eats anywhere out of the South.
But
Yeah.
how would you food a food?
How would you? I don't think you would.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah. That is
Yeah.
It's a conundrum.
I actually am gonna amend my biggest problem with the universe.
You can't food a food.
I
food
can't. Why
conundrum.
no food of food? Why is it? It is warmth, but cool isn't cool.
Why do you park on driveways and drive on parkways? What are you, Gallagher? Let's go smash a watermelon.
Why do they call them buildings when they're already built?
Oh, and now you do one.
Do
a
it.
Gallagher joke.
You got some word that's puzzling you.
Yeah, English is weird.
What's your favorite Gallagher joke?
Yeah.
The one where he smashes the fruit,
that's a good
but it's not actually him; it's his brother who's paying him a fee to
think
use
it's
his
his
likeness.
cousin.
Oh, it's
No, I
cousin.
only watched the original like Showtime '80s Gallagher, where he has the giant couch that's a trampoline.
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite
quite a
Gallagher
show.
joke is he puts a diaper on a boat anchor,
Yeah.
and he's like, "This is what having a baby's like. You guys want to go out on Friday night?" And he tosses the anchor with the diaper on the ground. And he goes, "No, we have a baby," because babies are boat anchors.
What a comedian, comedy legend right there.
Is he dead?
No, he's not dead.
He's very disgraced though. He was on an
there-
episode of Mark Maron's podcast, which was supposed to be his like
Yeah.
Oh,
redemption
man, yeah,
comeback
that was
thing.
crazy.
And he storms out. He's like the only person to ever storm out of that podcast
That's fucking brilliant.
because he starts saying like bizarrely
crazy-
racist stuff.
Yeah, he's crazy.
yeah, no, he's
racist,
super right-wing.
conservative,
Yeah.
right-wing, like crazy
Maron
guy.
starts calling him out for being like, I don't know if that's the right word to use. He's like, well, I mean, like, and then it just derails
Yeah,
and he runs away.
Oh, jeez.
So that when we got through our favorite Gallagher jokes,
Thank goodness they asked that.
yeah. At Matty Samita, the guy right behind the camera, he asks, "What's your definition of gaming journalism?"
Ethics.
I don't know what
Gaming
I've-
gaming journalism real?
I don't know, man. That's one of those things with like people getting upset and whatnot that is so far from me ever like thinking about actively. Like I had about a week where I was like, where does this fit in? And then I realized even though like I'm deeply entrenched within video games, I don't
did you ever
care.
do a review show here or at Polaris?
I've written reviews. I did reviews. Was Siskel and Ebert journalists?
They were critics.
They were critics. That's a critical thing. Have I ever written a think piece on like video, like a meditation on like video games? Not particularly. Do I have those thoughts? Sure. But I don't, and then like editorializing it is a whole other thing. Like a journalist is someone who like goes out and gets a story and does like, I find like investigative journalism.
Yeah.
Or like,
But you
someone
can't have that in an industry where like
The whole thing relies on press
everything's
releases.
completely
exactly
blocked off
like
from the outside.
sent out there. Yeah. Those things come out once in a while. I don't know. It's
more of
kind
like
of a
a
weird question.
It's like what we do too. Is like we'll see the news. It's not like we went up to Warner Brothers with a pen and paper and we're like, "Hey, tell us something about Mad Max right now." It's like we're
just
look at the news, we digest
recontextualizing it.
and
Well,
put it into a way that we understand and that we think our fans would not. I
Well,
hate saying
also,
fans.
yeah.
Viewers will enjoy
It's also
more
like,
than just reading it on a page.
It's also like the curation of it. You're basically editing. You're like a filter for that kind of stuff. So by like doing it, you're like, this is important. If you're interested in what we're interested in, then these things that.
And
we
it's like
picked
cultivating
have
also
done.
like the best what your voice is better at. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna pick this story because that's what interests you and what interests you generally passes over to the audience.
So I guess like then like kind of coming back to it, I don't think the term journalist really applies to at least what like I'm interested in doing, what I think you guys are necessarily interested in doing. I mean, if people want to be that and want to like have that kind of moniker, then that's fine for them, and I don't begrudge them of that. I just, I just hope they don't, take themselves too seriously.
Yeah, it's video games.
It is video games. They're fun.
We're entertainers.
Until you start thinking about it.
Hey,
We're entertainers, not journalists.
Yeah.
Well,
I am not a journalist.
I think
Yeah.
if you take something like video games that is just supposed to be just fun, and if you spend too much time thinking about it, your brain starts to go to these places where like, wait a second, why aren't there any black people in this game?
I mean, those are
Or
legitimate.
why are women wearing nothing on?
All those are legitimate.
They are
beach
legitimate. Volleyball.
Very legitimate questions, and I mean, it definitely people who bring them up shouldn't be like chased out of the industry or anything like that. Far from it. However, some I don't know.
It goes back to what you were saying about like outrage, where like no one wants to be told something that they don't agree with ever.
Yeah, exactly.
On the internet.
Exactly. I mean, and it's I think there is room for cultural critique of it. I mean, it is a legit if you're gonna like try to want it to be respected like a legitimate art form.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to stand up to the critique that all the others do.
I watched the first like Anita Sarkeesian video way back like when it went up on the internet, and I was like, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Oh shit, comments are getting bad. Oh, comments are disabled. Like, huh, okay, walked away.
Yeah.
Didn't even think about it for like months, and then it was like this woman has become this target.
A whole thing.
I was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
She was raising valid concerns. Now it's gotten all blown out of proportion. Where even people whose opinions I liked about it, I have to like stop following on Twitter because I'm just like, I just don't want to hear about this anymore. I'm done.
Well, I think nobody knows the difference between like arguing and debate.
Yeah.
There has been like maybe 2% of the conversation has been towards like trying to present your case to people to get them to see it your way. The other stuff is just grandstanding for people who basically believe already what you believe. They're like, yeah, hey everybody, these guys are dumb, right? Yeah, all right. It's not, and then they aren't going to be like, well, wait a second, I am dumb. Oh, you've convinced me.
Yeah.
So in other ways, it's kind of like I'm whatever about it.
Yeah, we'll just cut that whole segment out.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
That is a can of worms that I don't know if I want to open.
I would love to open that can because I think just any opinion on it that is strong is a bad opinion to have about it.
At DFERYANITSZ, Diverniates. How does it feel knowing you will never fill the shoes of the originals that left? You bastard.
Well,
He didn't write that there. It's just at the end of it.
Oh.
Technically, you have a pair of shoes left over.
Did you put
that
those shoes
you
back
can
on?
just put back on?
Yeah, I guess. They're fine. Yeah, they feel pretty good.
Okay.
But
Nice
you
lumbar
won't
support.
fill
I'm not.
Adam and Bruce
No.
and Sean.
Adam has weird feet. I wouldn't fit in it. But
Yeah.
metaphorically, I mean, hey, I'm not necessarily trying to do the exact. I'm sure it's gonna look, and sometimes kind of the same. And
Well, video game news show and like
there's-
gameplay and stuff
Exactly.
like that.
There's only so many ways. They're always gonna have sort of something in common. I'm not trying to be your new dad.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
in the
great.
thing that went up
And
in the
thing
past
that went
and
up
the
in the
future.
past. Yeah, I'm like the stepdad.
I hate to do this. We're just bringing up the tough questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to give you the
We
same
aren't
kind of-
asking defrenates.
We have to give you the same kind of background research as
The machete.
no, as Trevor Noah. When he took over the Daily
goodness.
Show. So
Oh man,
we're gonna have to go through
got-
back through your tweets and find all the racist
Yeah.
ones.
there are a lot of them.
Yeah.
Coming for you. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people were scared that Machinima was just gonna.
Well, that's the thing is these
throw
comments are
the
people
label
coming from
on.
people that have no idea that you're the host.
Yeah, no, that's-
when we took these, it hadn't been announced yet. So
That's one of the
that was
harder-
part of the joke.
That's one of the harder parts of this.
But then you
is,
took it all
know,
serious, and now I feel bad.
Well, I don't think even if you were never part of like this plan that this company would have ever tried to just get like 5 guys in a room that all fit the same like archetypes of like the Funhouse people and be like, you're the new Adam, and you're the new Bruce.
What if they had to get a guy and force him to smoke a bunch of weed? So
Yeah,
he's cool. He's like, I don't know, when do I stop?
Please help me. Yeah. That'd
Anyway.
be
I
great.
could be that guy. I mean, I'm not trying. Like it's a weird line that like you got to walk with this because we need to be respectful of the thing that was built in,
Yeah.
like in
Sure.
the past.
It's not like they're dead.
Exactly. It's not like they're. And honestly, I mean, who knows what kind of is going to be going on down the road with those dudes.
You're going to be doing this completely alone, or?
Well, I mean, we're all alone, Ricky.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
I'm not alone right now
at all.
Yeah,
You
well,
guys-
so, okay.
These dudes.
And that way. Like for the first bit, we're gonna like rotate some people in. Hopefully, you guys would maybe come in.
If you need to talk about Trials Frontier, I'm your guy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
You
there's-
should come. You should host. This is airing on Sunday, but in the
Right.
past, you guys will know if he will or not. You should come on Tugs tomorrow.
All right. Yeah. We'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see if I can do that.
All right, cool.
What time do
You might be too informed for the totally
Yeah.
uninformed game show.
Yeah, that's the
Bring
problem.
some
You have to
information.
act like an idiot.
Oh,
It's an
well.
anti-academic, anti-intellectual game show.
man.
Last week's is going to be really hard to top
Yeah.
because it was just filled with inaccurate information.
God.
So, I'm going to change the name to the totally inaccurate game
Yeah.
show.
Oh,
Tigs.
good.
Yeah, Tigs.
Why? What were you guys talking about?
Oh, there was like a bunch of just inaccurate.
You had to translate a bunch of Japanese Nintendo news.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to get lost in
Oh, you-
translation.
yeah.
I mean, we didn't translate.
Yeah, and I also like screwed up the edit a whole bunch, so it was fine.
Oh yeah, there's a
perfect.
mortise halfway through
Yeah.
the episode, just
was
sitting
great.
on top of the footage.
Well, to be very open with the people that are watching, they had like a fucking company get together while I was
yeah.
editing
Yeah.
that, and they're like, "Hey, free booze out in the bullpen." So I was like, "Well, if I don't go right now, all that free booze is going to be gone."
Yeah.
So
you'll have to
sorry
pay
that I
for it.
left a graphic wrong on the.
I don't think anyone's holding this over your
I
head.
haven't gotten any emails from like the heads of the company being like, "I watched the entire video, and there was a graphic that was stuck in the middle somewhere."
I don't think you're gonna
Run into that problem?
ever get that
Yeah.
email.
All right, well let's.
At Forgotten Seabass asks, "Are you more excited for Avengers 2, Star Wars 7, or Mad Max?"
Don't say it. On count of three, let's just say what the thing is. 1, 2, 3.
Mad Max!
Oh,
Hey! Yeah, we did it.
All right.
Because it's
Yeah.
and I keep wanting to
it's
say
like just
Yeah.
I keep wanting to say like because it's a new IP, but it's actually not.
No.
It's
No.
not at all.
No.
But it looks like something I haven't seen.
It looks like it's just gonna be a
Whereas-
fucking
Yeah.
thrill ride the
Yes.
entire time. Like,
Yeah.
like you know what? Okay, I was talking about this the other day. It has no relevance really to this at all. But the Universal Studios has the worst rides ever. They're not even really rides. You just
like-
kind of sit in
They're
a thing,
experiences.
And it like
and it like
twists-
twists
yeah.
you, turns you around to like
Here's
see another
TV
movie.
screen.
And I was saying when I saw Fast and Furious 7 that it was better than any ride at Universal
Right.
just sitting in the theater watching Furious 7. And I think Mad Max is going to be better than that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it was like last year or 2 years ago where they just introduced the Transformers ride.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, this is the newest ride. It's got to be amazing. It's gonna be so awesome. And I walked out and I was like, that fucking sucked.
It really
It just turns you around to a different screen.
They're 3D kind of, and you don't need glasses.
You could get the same experience going to a movie theater and running from theater to theater and acting like you're getting chased.
Whoa!
Whoa! Oh my God!
You need to like tie with fishing wire, like a drum kit and tinfoil
Yeah.
behind you to really get the Transformers experience.
That's how rides worked in like the
Yeah.
1800s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just spinning people around.
spinning people
Smoke
around?
blowing in your
Yeah.
face.
I have a theory that children who like want to hang out, get dizzy on the merry-go-round,
Yeah.
are gonna like grow up to be drug addicts.
Oh,
Well, I loved that as a kid,
Yeah.
and that is actually true.
Proved. Theory
Love
proved.
getting high. But it's not. Yeah, I'm excited for all three of those.
Yeah, they're all gonna be
Avengers
hopefully
2 the
great.
least because
Yeah.
you know
Don't care.
we
Yeah,
get a Marvel
neither do
movie
I.
every 3 months.
Even the first one, I was like, that was pretty good.
I
Yeah.
just love how everybody's like, I loved the Avengers before the movie. I have all the Black Widow variants, and Hawkeye was I
actually like Hawkeye, that's what they'll say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, I like Hawkeye from MASH.
Don't really care. I'm gonna go watch it. I'm sure that I'll think it's
It'll
great.
be fun.
Honestly, Iron Man after Iron Man 1 didn't really get into
Yeah.
it. Captain, I haven't even seen
I did
Winter
like
Soldier.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
I love Guardians
of
of
the
the
Galaxy.
Galaxy.
Was good.
Who else has standalone movies? Hulk has a bunch. Thor.
He hasn't had
They
one
need-
as Mark Ruffalo though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to like do one with all the Hulk variants, except
Yeah.
it's Edward Norton
Yeah.
Jr. and who's Eric Bana.
Yeah.
Gray Hulk.
The one's Gray Hulk
Red
and
Hulk.
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Ronda Rousey as She-Hulk.
Whoa!
No
Just blew
CGI
mine.
required.
Yeah. That would be more. Yeah.
I just realized during this podcast
Chris
how little I
Seidler.
care about
Ronda
any of the
Rousey?
Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of amazing what they did, having no Spider-Man and no X-Men.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, well,
X-Men's
no one's
great.
given
I
a
love
shit
X-Men.
about any of these characters in years. Let's put them in a movie, and people actually liked
People
it.
love 'em.
Yeah.
Thought it was good.
And now Spider-Man came begging to come back.
Yeah,
wanna
came
be
crawling
in the
back,
party.
just
Yeah.
like Matt Danovic.
Yeah. I'm the what's his face Garfield of
Andrew Garfield?
Andrew Garfield.
You're the Tobey Maguire of
I was
shit.
picturing
I like it.
Garfield the cat.
All right, Joshua Fetzer asks, here's a question I always wondered, are mummies zombies? I mean, they are reanimated corpses, so that's another Gallagher question.
Well, here's your answer. If a mummy bites you, do you turn into a mummy?
No. Wait, do you?
Whoa.
Well, if
No.
you die and
No,
then get
you
wrapped
just
up.
die. No, because mummies are like brought back with like magic.
Egyptian magic.
Yeah, with magic.
Yeah.
Whereas zombies are
like a
disease
chemical,
based.
disease.
Like
Well, the Romero universe is a bit unclear as to the origin of the zombie outbreak.
Here's the real answer. They're both made up, so it's whatever you
doesn't
want
matter.
it to be.
Yeah.
Well, you know what pisses me off so much? And this, when people with a straight face tell me about their zombie apocalypse plan,
Oh yeah.
it just
dude.
upsets me to the core.
They're like,
amazing.
They're like, that's how you can tell I'm an interesting person.
You're like,
Because don't
yeah.
you ever just sit around and think about like, and I'm like, oh,
No.
I was talking to someone, I won't say where or who it was, and they basically alluded to them being a doomsday prepper kind of
Oh,
person.
yeah.
And I went, what, do you have like some kind of fucking go bag? And they were like,
Yeah,
yeah.
I remember that.
Well,
But that's still more-
Speaking of which, that is one of the best shows that is
Yeah.
on TV. Doomsday Preppers.
Preppers.
It's on Netflix. If you have Netflix, go watch it because it is just. It's cringy. It's stupid. It's hilarious.
They're at
I
least
will
preparing for like tangible,
Yeah.
real.
No,
things.
everyone's different. Everyone's different.
The thing is like as someone who's like born and raised in like mid-city Los Angeles, I have twice within the span of like 3 years seen like society not like basic services and everything kind of go. Like I lived through the riots and the
Northridge?
Northridge earthquake.
Yeah.
Like Northridge earthquake was fantastic actually though
Really?
for me. Oh yeah. I
Off
had
time off
like
school?
a week off school and then
Nice.
they never made us like take it back.
That was the one good thing about growing up in Florida is you get like 10 hurricanes every year.
Oh jeez.
And you get school off anytime one gets really close.
Relatively close.
It does kind of suck that it's usually during summer.
But what was your like plan in case there was a Sharknado?
Well, first of all, it wouldn't be a Sharknado. Second of all, we had no plan because my dad would never like. He'd be like, "We're staying here. If it takes us, what do you want? Going to come back to having no house? I'd rather kill myself." That's basically. But no, I don't think we ever had a plan. I'm sure if it got too dangerous, he would have packed us up and drove us north.
Yeah. It's funny, we just got the press kit for the new Dwayne Johnson movie, San Andreas, which came in the form of an
geez.
Oh, yeah, they gave us
actual
an
earthquake
earthquake
kit.
kit,
And I was
yeah.
like, that's something that I think about in the shower and in the car that I should probably have under my bed or something and just don't. So,
same thing.
thank you, San Andreas.
I've been hiking a bunch in the last couple weeks, and every single time I go, I'm like, I should really get a snake bite kit. And I never get one. And it was
you
funny
don't
because
need one.
like last year, I almost stepped on a rattlesnake. It was coiled up and rattling, and I was like, "Oh, hello there, friend.
Yeah,
I'm gonna run away now."
You don't need one.
You don't?
No.
What do they even do?
What, a snake bite kit?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like a
there's
tourniquet.
like a tourniquet and maybe some like a coagulant.
I would imagine that it was something that you put on you that sucks the poison out.
No,
No.
you got to do that yourself.
You don't do that.
You don't suck the poison out?
No, God no.
Why?
All that does is take the poison from just being here to now it's here and here.
Well, no, you don't
spit it
suck
out.
your own
You don't
poison out.
Eat it.
You get your friend to suck it out. It's like city
no,
slickers.
Yeah.
Exactly. You don't suck poison. Like literally, what you want to do.
Or do you siphon it like gas? You just get it going and let it leak out?
And then and you're like, do you feel lightheaded? All right, time to stop.
Yeah.
No, literally, what you do is you basically, if you can, just don't move that much and get the person, like, not even a tourniquet if you're like within a relative like distance of help. Just don't have them move too much. Don't have them get excited and get them just to a hospital.
So what if you're like
But if
3
you're,
miles
like,
into a hike?
Then you're in tourniquet territory. Then
Okay.
you're like, then it's your like limb or your life. So then you tourniquet it if you can.
Jesus Christ.
And if you can't tourniquet it, then you're 3 miles away. Then you should have had a snake bite kit.
Well, there you go.
All right, well, I guess I should get one.
should
Is
get
there one in that earthquake kit?
No.
The snakes come out of the cracks in the ground.
The San Andreas fault has opened up and the
I
snakes
don't
are
know
released.
why I thought there would be. I just assumed.
No, it has like it has a heat blanket, which I still don't believe that those things work, even though.
Why are they reflecting? You'd want
Yeah.
the light to come in,
Like-
not like go out.
Oh, I can cosplay as Saul Goodman's brother in Better Call Saul.
Oh yeah, you can.
That's a reference for people that have seen the show.
I need to catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it has
It has a whistle.
multi-tool.
Yeah, it has this whistle that has thread around it, and then a compass at the end, and then you screw the compass off, and it's a tiny mirror. I was like, this is a very
In
strange.
case you need to do
little tool.
bumps in the after
Yeah. It's got hand warmers.
Oh, good.
It's got.
In Southern California, those will come in handy.
Yeah, all the heat stuff.
Yeah,
Those will
really
come in
useful.
handy. Anyways, that's our
yeah.
podcast this week.
We did it.
Thanks, the new host of Inside Gaming. What's your name again?
The Dead Pixel.
You guys are the worst. It's Matt Danovic.
And how do people find you on Twitter?
You can find me on Twitter at DEJAY Matty D.
And you can watch him on
Inside Game, the //
Machinima, main channel, and Inside
Cinema
Gaming.
and Inside Gaming. We also are going to be active on the subreddit, so the Inside Gaming subreddit.
Reddit.com//r.
Do you know how the internet works?
Are you going to do a
HTML.
podcast, or is Steven Larson just going to take that over completely?
We don't know.
Okay.
There might be a thing, there might not. Yeah.
They're back too, by the way.
I know, yeah. Those guys too.
Yeah.
I was
We love
hoping
you,
that-
Steven Larson.
Yeah, we do.
All right, well, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
This Ask Us Anything was brought to you by DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball, where you can win huge cash prizes every day.
Hurry to DraftKings.com now and use promo code INSIDE to play for free, and you could win a piece of the $300 million in prizes being awarded this season at DraftKings.com.
That's DraftKings.com. Thanks for watching our
DraftKings.com.
episode. We love you.
Bye.